Hello, this is Reverend Jocelyn Mason, the senior minister at Unity of Kalamazoo. Unity of Kalamazoo, our spiritual home. But we're not there today. We are all at our own spiritual homes, our dwelling places where we dwell, but we are never separated from God, no matter where we are. So I'd like to share with you the daily word and some other inspiration today. The word for today is adventure. And the affirmation is I lean into the adventure of life. When we define the word adventure, it's an unusual or exciting, typically hazardous experience or activity. It is an exploit, it's an escapade, it's an excitement that is produced by the activity. All heroes and all sheroes experience an adventure. There's always an obstacle or a problem to overcome. It can also be a time of exploration, doing things you haven't done before. I want to share a story with you today. In my meditation time, I read the Daily Word magazine and I also read The Science of Mind. And so I found this story on April the 6th that I want to share with you today. And the story is about a mouse. He began as an ordinary mouse, scurrying through the prairie grass. But Mouse kept hearing the roar of the rushing water. So he left the safety of his home and began his journey. He found the river and met Frog, who advised him to crouch down and then to jump as high as he could jump. When Mouse jumped, he saw the sacred mountains, and as he descended, he fell into the river. Crawling out of the river, Mouse was furious that he was all wet. Frog asked, "What did you see when you jumped?" Mouse replied, "I saw the sacred mountains." Frog replied, "You have a new name. It is now Jumping Mouse." This story is a metaphor for our spiritual journey. Jumping Mouse can no longer creep as he did before. Now he jumps and he leaps. Like Jumping Mouse, when we commit to our spiritual journey, we can no longer creep through life. We must take the leap as we move forward. Jumping Mouse's glimpse of the sacred mountains instilled within him a need to go on yet another adventure to find his home. Along the way, he endured disappointment, fear, and even injury, but he finally made it to the sacred mountains. We are all on an adventure. Since the pandemic health challenge crisis has entered into our world, we are all on an adventure not of our choosing. We're also on the adventure of stay home, stay safe. We can learn so much about ourselves as we figure out how do we adapt? What is really important to us? What things do we want to change? How do we go about not resisting the change, but flowing with it? Like Mouse, we will see the end of this journey. And hopefully we'll be stronger and better than we were before. Knowing what is important and leaning into the adventure of our life. So I want to now move into the daily word. And of course, the word is adventure. And the affirmation is I lean into the adventure of life. The legendary literary character Peter Pan proclaimed, "To live would be an awfully big adventure." More than just the stuff of fantasy, I let these words remind me what an incredible gift it is to simply be alive. Millions of electrical impulses are coursing through my heart and brain every second, and my muscles rhythmically contract and relax so that I can live, move, and thrive, all without a single conscious thought or effort on my part. Today, I revel in the adventure of what it means to be a spiritual being, having a human experience. Beyond sight, I envision infinite possibilities. Beyond hearing, I listen for the quiet whispers of source guidance. Beyond sensation, I feel in harmony with the world around me. I lean in, ready and excited for the next adventure. And the scripture comes from Job chapter 5, verse 9. He does great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. So let's lean into our meditation. Let's just take a breath. Just breathe in and just exhale and breathe out. Take another breath. Breathe in and breathe out and just be present to the moment. Yes, we are in the midst of an adventure. Yes, we didn't choose this adventure, but nonetheless, we are here. It is a part of our hero or Shiro's journey. How do we go through times of difficulty? How do we stay the course and connect to the living presence of God within us? Like the little mouse, we must take a leap of faith. We must jump higher above all that we are now seeing and see to the other side, see the sacred mountain of us coming out of this crisis onto the other side. And hopefully we'll be better, stronger, more appreciative of what we have and the people around us and the things that we treasure than ever before. We take a breath and we breathe into the idea that we can lean into this adventure in our life, in your life, in my life. I lean into the adventure of life itself. Life has not been promised to us to be easy. But what the promise is that wherever we are, whatever we are going through, that the presence and power of God is with us. And we need to lean into this adventure of life. Take another breath, breathe in, and let's just take a couple of seconds just to be quiet. Adventure. I lean into this adventure called life. May you lean into the adventure that is your life today. With each passing day as we go through this time of stay home, stay safe, we create adventures within our own households. I have begun my own inside garden. I am sprouting seeds, knowing that when the weather gets really warm, I will be able to plant these seeds outside. I have that faith and that confidence that the day will come. And so I trust that you are having new adventures also, exploring deeper gifts and abilities that are within you, doing things perhaps that you had taken for granted and not done before, doing the things you wish you had time to do. We bless our present state and we thank God that we can lean into this adventure called life. And as we do that, we know that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is and all is well. I behold the Christ as you, and go forth in this adventure. We are all in this adventure called life together. We are all a part of the one power, the one presence, and we're all a part of the same spiritual family. Yay! Hugs and peace. I behold the Christ as you. Namaste.